Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3, and where we left off, we were defending our new line on the way to Slemensk, with the majority of our forces pretty evenly matched against the Germans now. There are a few areas of concern, and I'll just go through where they are. It's this area here around Homel that I'm very worried about. Homel itself has some troops guarding it fairly effectively, but the issue is with... God, my brain's gone today. Is with this province here at Ranachau. Now, ideally, I need to hold on this line for another... I would wager 2 months. At that point, I believe the mud and winter events will kick in. Now, I've got these units here to provide fire support to our garrison here at Kingisep. Now, the major issues, as I say, are just going to be holding this line. Now, I'm pretty confident in my line here in the south, and I believe that supply will start being a problem. Now, to that effect, I've started bombing runs on the logistics in this area here to try and slow down these units. But as I say, I'm worried mostly about this province here and really this area down here. Not so much here or here, to be honest. But this particular province here is a bit of a problem. And unfortunately, units are retreating when I don't think they should be, which is a bit of a pain. Got a new Soviet air race, which is very good. As you can see, we've got a pretty large amount of air power going on here. Yeah, we are suffering from the effects of money shortage imminent. We've got another rebellion in Kalach. Let's hold that off. Oh yes, and there's a couple of division or what looks like events here. So we have the 2nd Shock Army, which was formed from the 26th Army within the Volkhov Front in December 1941, and initially consisted of the 327th Rifle Division and 8 separate rifle brigades. During the Lubian offensive operation, the 2nd Shock Army broke through German lines, was cut off from reinforcement along the Volkhov River by a German counterattack, and was not permitted to retreat. When the order for retreat finally came, the 2nd was literally destroyed trying to escape. This happened again during the Sinavio operation, in which the 2nd Shock Army had to return to the front's HQ for the resupply of manpower. So it doesn't sound like they were particularly good, but we get 10,000 officers off of that event, which is really good. And then there's the Schrafterbat army, and I'm sorry if you hear construction going on. We've got a new kitchen being fitted, so I apologise in advance for that. There's not much I can do. I've tried to soundproof a little bit, but you know, it's nearly done now. Okay, so the Schrafterbat army, in the fall of 1941, every asset in Soviet Russia was mobilised to defend the capital, Moscow, and stop the German invaders. To such an end, the Schrafterbat penal battalions, oh okay, so this is the penal units, were formed for frontline military service. The Schrafterbakini, I'm so sorry to any Russians, or anyone that speaks Russian, I don't speak Russian. A misfit kilometer... although I do speak English, and sometimes I even struggle with that, which is ridiculous. A conglomeration of former Soviet POWs, Gulag inmates, and soldiers who showed reluctance to fight from regular units were assembled into these battalions and forced into the army in September to cover the roads to Moscow, and placed under the command of a General Rotasovsky. Stalin, probably with a liking for the irony, thought the only general in his army to have survived 2.5 years of his gulag would be perfect to lead his penal army. This army was placed along the main highways leading to Moscow and succeeded in slowing down a German advance So we can put these dogs to good use, and we lose some supply and a little bit of manpower. So I'm going to do that. Now, I have no idea where they spawn. And I assume... Aha, there we go. So that'll be them there. It's not a huge amount of troops, is it? But it's something that I can rush towards the front. So we have a tank brigade. Let's give the tank brigade a decent commander. I almost feel like we should combine those artillery regiments. But that's something that I can think about doing later. These aren't great rifle divisions, but they are at least divisions. And all the more divisions we get, the better. I'm just going to put you in command there. And then we're going to take the army. And I think position it, towards the front. Well, Bryansk is looking mighty fine this time of year. Let's bring them down as reinforcements. Because we need reinforcements. And we're being attacked in Narva. Because the second shock army formed there. Bye-bye. You're going to fall back. And partisans. And does that trigger a whole... Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Good. Muck up their supply lines. So you guys need to move the hell back into this battle. Come on, move back. Although, to be honest, this has had it. Let's give up on that. And we'll just let them take that. And it looks like... Ooh, we're doing alright here. This, not so much. 2 panzer divisions are quite a trouble. Why are Germany giving their infantry divisions over to bloody... Yeah, this ridiculousness. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to move you straight up. We haven't got great infrastructure here. Still nowhere near my beautiful road. That's the aim of this campaign. Defend my road. So can I use these? Damn it. Yeah. Come on. And that really is the real question. Can we just hold them in place? Doesn't look like we're losing that much organisation. We're not really combat effective. None of these units are particularly combat effective. We've got a couple of proletariat divisions that are. Let's cycle them out. We're just waiting for this garrison attachment to arrive. Just to be another little bit of defense. Things looked worse here, to be honest. I was worried. At the moment, we're holding them. It's this battle here. Yeah, we're going to win that handily. How about here? Ooh, this one's a bit of a cock. Let's move a couple of units over. We just lost Talanin. And Tibet joined the Axis. Tibet always seems to join the Axis. I'm not sure why the Dalai Lama joins the Axis in these campaigns. It's really weird. I'm not sure if there's like a reason. I'm going to be a bit political here. The mod makers, is anyone from China and they want to just give them a bad name? Is that what's happening? Right. Okay. You, sir, are fighting very dug-in Soviet troops over a river crossing. Worried I am about a few different areas. So I will strategically redeploy with these units. And really, it's strategic bombing that's causing us a pretty large amount of issues at the moment. Being attacked in Karma, which is here. Yeah, I was worried about that. Although our units are led by a competent commander. Now, any units that are of pretty useless fighting potential, I'm going to move you straight out. Now, these proletariat divisions aren't good, but they are fighting Italian divisions, which aren't good. So we won the Battle of Plolmak. Ah, this is in Finland, because I did move up some units, didn't I? Indeed you did. There's a couple of German units there. No. Oh, and that's a nasty battle there. Bocharov, defender of Pskov. Right, and it's only Dobrunya now that we're waiting on. Right, lost the Battle of Mosty. Yeah, we lost Kiryva. Don't like that battle particularly, so I'm going to move up a single motorized division, and we've also got some reinforcements here that I could take, and I'm going to move them over as well. Ooh, Schwer Panzer Division. Very nice. What are you being attacked by? The 3rd Infantry Division. Don't seem to like that. An NKDV division just cracked. We won the battle, and we got our first bogged event. Now that should start putting mud in places soon enough, and that should make these battles one hell of a lot easier. Looks like those partisans delayed them for a week. Higher lol, that's a new thing for me to deal with. A single, I might as well use that parachute division like so. Partisan hunters. Right, and there's a lot of them just sort of clumped, trying to deal with this one area here. That is no fun. We're looking a little bit thin over here. Do I need that many units? There, let's Just reposition some of our forces a little bit. Gotta grind them to a halt. Right, and they are, I think, reinforcing. I'm going to take everything out of supply for now. Just because we can handle a lack of supply for a little while. We're up to 92% on the old officer ratio now. Right, and we just lost Ivankov. We are sort of beating them back in a few places. Like here. It's just this one here that's a problem. Ah, the Battle of Ripke! Now we'll learn some blitzkrieg tactics. Ah, and that was this one here. Very good. I'm going to move you south. To act somewhat as a defensive barrier. We're doing a lot of manpower damage, which is good. Let's move that proletariat division back. And are any of these units really ready for a fight? No. None of them are really ready. Let's just attach you straight to the western strategic direction. We've got a corps here. We can put a corps here. And then we've got a single tank brigade. Just have some armoured engineers, but it's only equipped with T-26s. Let's just move them to there, and then move these corps commands back. And hopefully we're going to start seeing some mud here. I think it's one of these that comes up with whether or not there's mud. Is it purely then on the weather map mode? There's no mud, apparently. You promised me mud. Come on, game. This is a bit of a meat grinder, this battle. Right, they're attacking us at King's Thingy again. Ah, they rose up where our unit was. Ah, happy days. This is not an easy battle, this one. We are struggling. Although these two are going a lot better now. Just need to funnel reinforcements. Keep funneling reinforcements. All of you go in. When are you likely to arrive? 16th. Okay. In the meantime, we can move a panzer division across. And I know I'm stripping back Slaments, but there's nothing in this sector at the moment. So I'm going to move a couple of divisions south to act as a reserve. And I'm going to move an NKVD division in, like so. This battle Looks dicey. Move up. It's all about redistribution of forces. This is not fun. But we've got a lot of units sort of just waiting over the river for them in case they do push up. Alright, I've won the Battle of Kiarma. Ah, good. Right, single motorized division can move up. They're still trying to crack eggs here. Oh, and they are weak. They are breaking on our line like water on ice at the moment. And in fact, you know what I'm going to do? You are all going to get involved in this battle. In fact, you know what? Rather than do that, why don't I just move you all up here? First, on strategic redeploy. The only problem at the moment is there is a lot of dissent happening, which I don't like. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, in fact, was that a money one? Oh no, they want supply for money. That's cool. There's no problem. And we'll have a tank division here. Let's give them over. We can't really afford for them to break in there. All of you head into that province. Let's front that southern push. All about redistributing forces where we need them. And just throw in bodies. Connect them where I can. Just going to move a couple of them over. That's a bit of a cock of a battle there. The river crossing really hurts them. And here we get the shore bombardment as well. Oh, bless. They are looking a little bit light in places. Or at least we're doing damage to them. Although here is not fun. And in fact, I am going to reinforce accordingly. Be there on the 16th. And hopefully this is leveling up all of our generals pretty substantially. No, not really. None of them are being leveled up substantially. Although Konev has a lot of fighting on his front. Right, another uprising. Sweet baby Jesus. And I desperately want that 100% officer ratio. That's what I'm looking for at the moment. I could have sworn I just saw that we had a tank division in here. Oh, it's just my shitty tank division. Yeah, you guys, you're going straight over there. Oh. You know what? I'm going to rush up reinforcements as well from here. Panzer Division. They have a lot of Panzer Divisions. You know what? Just in the meantime, we need to plug this gap desperately. The 18th. These aren't particularly good units. And down here isn't a good battle either. Waiting for that other tank division to come up, and then I might start spamming shit units with very low officer requirements to act as speed bumps. Ooh, being attacked here. 43rd Infantry Division. On Vikes, and we've won the Battle of... God, they lost 35,000 troops in that battle. Fuck. I wish I could see their manpower. What's that? That's 35 manpower in one battle. Surely this is going to add up. Given enough time. And the only good news is that because our directions are so close to the front, the moment that a unit breaks, it just appears here. So I can immediately fling it back into the meat grinder. And they really like this province. Them I can fling in more infantry. I'm debating. Oh, that's a unit of 22,000 that we can put in. Let's go. Just go for it. Battle of Ripney. But whenever there's Italian divisions involved, I'm not that worried. Here I'm worried about. How the hell did you get beat? recommend that we give up that. Right, that's going to open the way to possibly unhinging this whole area. I've been concentrating way too much on trying to hold this down that I forgot about the north there. It's a rookie error. Right. Germans just tried to parachute into Smolensk. And there's an option there to rename and reorganize first Moscovia. I assume that's a guard division. Okay, I'm just going to put that up to the top. And here's some more guard rifle divisions. Let's just bring them up. Get them out as quick as possible. I'm still... Ooh, they are going to break through there. Let's take 3 divisions, move them over. A division and move it there. Now, in the event of having to fall back, the next option is another line that runs sort of like so. But I'd have to give up my really good position here on the Donetsk Basin, and I don't particularly want to do that. And I'd also have to give up Crimea to do that. And speaking of which, do I really need transports? Probably not. 95%. And how's this battle going? Still progressing in our favour. Tamuchi's a level 4, and we just won the Battle of Pskov. Oh, and they lost 42,000 troops. Holy shit. To our 5,000. See, dug into good defensive terrain. We can halt the Germans. It's just one more week, isn't it? Redistribute some of our tank forces down here to the south, like so. I have a feeling that we might need them. And it's all static up here. For some weird reason, they can't seem to take this province. Being faced off by Italian divisions. I note they finally took it. Are they going to do anything with it? Probably not. Solongi, and I think, other than these two areas, they've finally reached their maximum. Some SS. We just lost the effects of heavy water, but oh well. Where's pinch points? Probably here, isn't it? Right, let's give you a decent commander. And attach you somewhere nearby. You know what? we are going to move around some additional reinforcements there as well. And in fact, you know what, you can spare some troops as well. Because it's quiet on that front at the moment. Let's send as many mechanized forces as we can. And then I can just redistribute a couple of units from here to here. Like so. Yeah, and that Pskov battle was fierce. And we're getting another Guards division through soon. Right, that tank division can move up. Let's just hold there. All of you can move back in. Still being pinned down in a few areas. Nearly October. And in October in real life, things were a lot worse, I think, for the Soviets. They'd definitely taken Smolensk by this point, although we're not doing a great job of holding it. Let's move these militia units in, because they're pretty good at just basic ground warfare. Divisions move up. Infantry move up. And oh, they just lost 38,000. That was the battle there at Velike Veluki. Oh, that was not how you pronounce that. Lost the province of Svatoborn. Looks like we're having some troubles here. Let's bring all of these units back. Like so. And we can put in our Muscovite Guards division in. Let's where do they really need it? I mean, I recommend here. Veteran Guards division. Alright, you've got a decent commander. It's attached to the 9th Corps. Just sort of wheel you straight in. Still building a mountain of pillboxes for some strange reason. Officer ratio is nearly recovered. It's very close. Lost the Battle of Pyobnak. I'm not sure why. I assume it's supply, maybe? So it looks to me like Vertibint might be the issue. and we've made it to October. I'm going to call it an episode here, so thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Hearts of Iron 3. I think we've made pretty good sort of defensive progress. While this was a shame, losing this river line here, it looks like we're holding here relatively okay for now. And as I say, I only need to hold here for another month. If I can do another month, then the bad weather's going to set in, and then we're going to start seeing some really big debuff modifiers happening. So it's only a month. And I feel like we've contained them pretty well to this sort of part of, you know, Germany. They're away from Leningrad, which is one of our production centres, and worth a great many victory points. So overall, I am relatively happy with progress thus far. You know, things could always be better, but, you know, the long and short of it is at least we're sort of holding them at bay for now. Although Afghanistan does border us, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. Forgot about that, because they joined the Axis, didn't they? And yeah, that's, I think, really everything. Don't think I have anything else to add to this episode. Thank you to everyone that's watching. It's still enjoyable playing this series. And I really can't wait to defeat the Germans, because I feel like if we can weather this storm in 1942, then I reckon we can win. So thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thanks again. Bye-bye.